Hey, what's up, you guys? This is me, Fox. I'm back with another video. Today we gotta be doing what if Issei was a freak of nature? This is supposed to be what if Issei was a cannibal, but I realized something because I am letting him be raised by supernatural creatures and monsters that eat damn near everything, even their own kind. So, yeah. So, I hope you guys like this video and let's start the video. So, yeah. Anyways, basically, how I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be two children in this one. If you're wondering, two, I mean, it's gonna be Hayase. Basically, Hayase is gonna take an Issei's place. He's gonna be the Hodo family. But Issei is gonna be born from, how should I say this? Nature is gonna take him, in a sense. Basically, Issei's getting replaced by Hayase or Hayase. It's just Hayase. That's the guy. That's the guy's name. That is the guy's name, and he looks exactly like Issei, but his hair is not really spiky. Its hair is more silky. Hello. I just got out of here, and also, I'm fully covered up, so I'm set. But anyways, you guys, so I hope you guys like this one. So I did want to call it what if Issei was a cannibal, but technically speaking, Issei will be still human to supernatural people because we will be born human, but he will be born with the powers of nature. So basically, all forms of elements and all forms of magic, and also he is connected to all forms of nature. So basically, every part of the underworld and every part of other places of the world. Yeah. So technically speaking, he is already on God level tier, but I'm gonna be keeping his power on certain stages. So basically, it's like this. You guys know that one Monster Hunter game? I forgot what it's called. So basically, it's the amount of things that you kill, eat. So basically, he got to kill and eat certain species of races to gain their power and knowledge. Then after that, he could start increasing the power and knowledge with the knowledge that he gained from eating them. It's like that one game. I forgot what it's called. Parasite. But anyways, if he eats the creature, he could gain the features of the creature that he wants. If he wants the creature, if give let me do an example. If he kills a fallen angel, if he wants the fallen angel's wings, all he gotta do is eat the parts of the fallen angel, and he will start generating his own sets of wings. And he'll gain the fallen angel's knowledge of power of light spears and everything else, and also the fallen angel's power scaling. So basically, if it's two-wing fallen angel, so it's like a lower ranking fallen angel, it'd be good. He gained the lower ranking fallen angel's power, and he can start building the power up to make it to high tier, low tier, or god tier. If he wants to power to go like that. But if he keeps on eating other fallen angels, he will also gain more power by eating fallen angels. If he eats a fallen angel, he gains the fallen angel's power, but added onto the two fallen angel, it will make it into if I remember correctly, a seven-wing fallen angel. If he kills a ninth wing fallen angel, he'll gain more power, make it more stronger and stronger, and the wings will start mutating. It will start evolving to a new pairs of wings, and they would gain a new form of power and make him become a new form of status. If he kills the angel, he will also gain angel powers and their knowledge and their knowledge of the magic and their previous life. So basically, you gain all forms of information just by eating them. Or if he eats a devil or angel, the two opposing forces of nature and power, demonic magic and holy magic, will not go against each other and violently attack each other. Because he's from nature, he reacts to good and evil, the forces of good and the forces of evil, naturally. So they won't really attack each other. This is be natural. This is adding to his Xerdas, and he'll aug more power of himself. So basically, he got to eat all forms of the races: vampires, werewolves, demons, angels, fallen angels, other supernatural based creatures to gain their abilities and powers and skills and their knowledge. If he kills, let's just say he kills a dragon, he will gain the dragon's abilities and his weaknesses. He will gain the weaknesses, but over time he trains with if he trains, he can make the weaknesses basically non-existent. So basically he gain immunities over it. But I had to put a certain time limit on him, so or a certain amount of days, so he could get the immunity. So basically he had to train up to at least a month if it's a high ranking fallen angel, devil, or basically fallen angel or angel. Or people that have immense amount of power, he had to train for at least a week. Or if it's like one of the four Satans or one of the members of the Gagori. So basically, if he ate Azazel, he had to wait for at least a year to incorporate Azazel's abilities and powers and also his weaknesses. So he could make the weaknesses basically non-existent, and he could use Azazel's power to the fullest. Or if he killed and ate um, any of the four Satans, he will gain their weaknesses and their powers and their knowledge and everything else. And it will also he could also train, and but it would take longer if he killed and ate all of them, and that would increase the amount of years. But anyways, what was I? Oh yeah, or if the high-ranking devil, it would take to 5 to 4 months. Meteor ones, it would take up to a couple of months. Low tier ones, it only takes a couple of days, 5 days, just be it, or just probably two. And he can also destroy sacred gears or eat them to gain their abilities, or resort them to himself. He also have the ability, if he did kill Ozzy, he would have the ability to create sacred gears because he can fuse sacred gears together. So basically, he's pretty damn powerful. But I had to put limits on him because sup, Lodge is here today. He's here today. Yes. Where is I? Oh yeah. I made it to basically I say and say are technically brothers, but only by soul. So basically, the original Issei that's supposed to be in this timeline kind of separated. Basically, Heisei is the good side of him, and Issei is the bad side of him. But because my friends wanted me to make him as like a type of as I say this, an innocent creature that don't can't really think. It only does things like in nature. So innocent, he's semi-innocent, but he also kill things to eat, and he has a kind of uncontrollable hunger, but he could control it. And he's not. He acts like a child, but when his predatory mode comes on, he acts more like a person that's seen war or been into too much of war. Just say. So, anyways, you guys, I'm done explaining it, and also, what to say at the end of this series, it might be a plot twist. So, let's start this video, and I hope you guys like this. So, yeah, we start this video in a forest. We see a type of weird looking creature. This creature is actually a wyvern. This wyvern has slightly greenish scales. It's small in stature, so you can tell it's a young one. Its size is to a tree, a regular basic tree. Its wingspan is to, hmm, 10 to, how far? Let's go up to 10 to 10. So basically, its wingspan is pretty giant. Its body is kind of big too. So, got spit. Sorry for that. But currently, it is eating. It's eating a couple of dead deers. Some other animals too. You can see a mixture of crocodile, and you can also see a mixture of different type of animals in there. Wolves, stray dogs, and a couple of cats. It's just eating until all of a sudden it senses danger. You hear you hear a branch snap. The creature gets on guard, opening its wingspan to show itself as being intimidating. Sensing the uncontrollable amount of bloodlust coming out of the darker parts of the forest, it let out a roar. Seeing these slight dark golden eyes looking at it with no emotion. You hear a type of weird demonic like growl, but sound monstrous, sound weird. The creature is roaring, telling it to leave its territory. The creature just growled again. The clouds are covering the sky, making it darker. It went dark for a quick second. So, bro, all you hear is a painful scream. And when the clouds move from the light that's in between the trees, you see the dragon or the wyvern missing a wing. You can see the wing being dragged into the forest by a creature having this weird dark aura surrounding it, pulling it in, and you hear some sickening snaps of bones, flesh being teared in, and all you see is blood coming out of the shadows of the woods. The creature, the wyvern looked at it and growled. It took in a breath of air. It spat out this weird mist, but when you see a leaf fall in front of it to attack, the leaf started disintegrating. It's acid. It hit the forest, burning it. The wyvern think it got it, so it's about to let her roar, but it noticed the light that's in between the trees are going out again. The creature got on guard. It felt a type of weird feeling that it never thought it'd feel. It's wondering what is this feeling. It's thinking about it, but still keeping guard. Until it thought about something. Fear. This, it's feeling fear, paranoia. This weird, unshaped feeling. It looked around frantically. The clouds covered the sun again, slightly going dark. They could still slightly see because his eyes. Let me give it a semi version of night vision. It looked around frantically. So you see something crawling out. This weird mystic-like creature. It ran on all fours at the wyvern, short and fast, raising with his hands up. The wyvern quickly did a turn, slapping it with his tail. The creature went back into the forest and growled, the fierce one. This one was full of anger. Until the creature let out a monstrous, no, not a monstrous roar. This roar was so wrong. It felt so not even a monster should say this. Not even a monster should roar not even a monster should roar like this. It's terrifying hearing this roar. It didn't sound demonic, it sounded so wrong. It let it out. The wyvern shook, and his ears started hurting, hearing this creature's roar. The creature rushed at him again. It looked, seeing the creature right in front of it, right in front of his face. All it saw then was these beyond these teeth, these that were so razor sharp. It didn't even notice it was decapitated. The knife and all it saw was his head falling downwards, seeing blood going down the wyvern's body. The creature realized it was just decapitated, and it fell down dead. Light appeared again. and all you see is a creature eating a wyvern, eating every part of it, even the poison sac that contained this special venom. It's eaten. All you hear is bones being broken, flesh and other appendages being ripped open. The creature ate the bones, eating the bone marrow. And when the light fully came in there, all you see is what left, or what you could think was left of a wyvern. But you see something dragging away ahead, the head of the wyvern, back into the forest. Now, we'll do a time skip after this. This time skip will be like in canon for a certain person, or should I say, issei. Issei. He did everything like issei in canon. But in this one, he wasn't perverted, and also he's more academically smart and physical. He had more of a sport build. But anyways, how should I say this? Everything I did to all the way up to the Asiya arc is gotta happen soon. We see Issei talking to Asiya, or just say Issei talking to Asiya. But in this one, things are a little bit different, should I say. Instead of seeing a clumsy church woman or a clumsy sister, we see a girl walking with a jacket on, carrying a duffel bag. A little more, how should I say this? Look like slight more like how should I say? Think of her more like a tomboyish but mixed with a girlish look. Looks slightly like a delinquent, but still look like a kind, caring girl. She's wearing a black jacket. Under the black jacket, you see a white shirt. She is wearing some jean pants. The jean pants have tears in them. And she is wearing some sneakers. On her head, she is wearing a type of cap. She is walking. Her long and bright golden hair was in a braid, and the braid kind of wrapped around her neck, and the end of it was set to her right shoulder. It looked like she came from baseball practice, actually. And you can see the duffel bag on her side, and she's just walking, looking around, until she bumped into a young male boy.
Oh, y'all going to?
Oh, fuck. Where was I? Oh, yeah. We see she bumped into a young male boy. Looks like he's from Japanese descent. He has brownish hair, but it's not spiky. It's a little bit more. I'll just. It's a little bit more silky. Looks more smoother down. He has slightly a mixture of brownish but slightly greenish eyes. Like in his inner pupil. You can see green in his inner pupil. He looks very handsome, but he looks kinda tall. His skin tone looks nearly perfect, surprisingly. And he looked like he's wearing a cool academy uniform, like he was just going to school. She bumped into him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He held her hand out to her, and she took it, saying, "Oh, thank you." But a slight hint of a blush, but it was very fade. It was basically kind of non-existent. But anyways, she, she looked at him, saying, "Thank you for helping me. My name is Asiya Agento. What's yours?" "Oh, my name is issei Hiyoro." She nodded. "So, you from around here?" "Oh, no, I'm just moving here." "Why?" "Mm, this town is pretty fun, but not much interesting things happen over here." "Yeah, but, just came here to visit." "Hmm, so, where are you going to stay?" "Oh, I'm going to a hotel, just for tonight." "Do you need any money? I could help you with that." "No, I'm fine." "Sure." "Yeah, I'm good." "Okay." "You're very nice for offering you some money." "Yeah, I get that a lot at my school. I'm a nice guy." They start walking and talking about things. He found out that um, she used to be a sister, also known as a high priestess. He found that out, but she kept the supernatural parts more to herself. After that, they see a little boy tripped and fall to the ground. Ozzy ran up to the boy, looked at him. I said, "Are you okay?" He said, sniffing, saying, "No, my leg hurt." She said, "Oh, sweetie, I'll help you with that." She put her bag down, took out some bandages, and started wrapping around his leg. But in a faint scene of a green like aura, but Hayase saw it. The bandages that he could think of that by sensing the magic properties, it's healing the boy. She bandaged him up and clipped the bandages so it won't fall off. It's pretty nasty scrape. You can kind of see some of your meat, but she helped him up. Do you feel better? He nodded. He said, she said, alright, go run to your mom. He said, thank you. And he proceeded to go. Oh shit, who's going to jail today? Alright. Nope, somebody going to hospital. But where was I? After that, Issei seen it and he wanted to confront her on it, but he let it slightly slide. He thinking that it's her magic, but it sensed too much. Until Drake interrupted him and said, in his mind, Drake said, Issei, or Hayase, sorry. For that, Hayase. Hmm? Yes, Drake. It seemed like she have a secret gear. I could sense it. What kind of secret gear is it? Well, based off that aura, it's healing. I only know at least some secret gears that have healing properties to it. But the healing property that one had was really potent. It was faint, but I could sense it. She might have twilight healing, but something's wrong. What is it? It felt weaker, surprisingly. Twilight has a very strong presence, but something is wrong with her twilight healing. It felt slightly weak, but somehow tainted. Is it a bad version? No, it's like type of a mixture of good and bad. She's still walking. Issei and her is still talking, but she knows that Issei's spacing off a little bit. She shook him a little bit. Issei, oh, sorry about that. You know, let's switch his name. I'm not gonna call him Hayase because I am too busy focusing on the other what if Issei was part of the Holy Sword project. I didn't redo that one, but basically, let me change his name. Let's go with. Hmm. Let's go with Jade. Let's just go with Jade. She shook him and said, Jaden, are you alright? He nodded and he said, yeah, I'm good. Hey, Asiya. Yeah, Jaden? If you guys didn't hear me, I said I'm changing his name to Jaden now. Because I'm getting confused. I'm starting to remember the Holy Sword Project What If. So, I apologize. But anyways, yes, Jaden? I'm... Let's go somewhere more private, okay? She nodded a little bit hesitantly, but she abided and she followed. They went to the park. Jaden looked around and slightly had a bitter smile, saying, thought I'd never come back here. So they sat at a bench. Her and Jaden started talking, and Jaden asked her, do she know about supernatural? And she said yes. He proceeded to ask her about her secret gear, but he asked her secret gear last. He asked about her life story. She abided, but a little bit hesitantly. She proceeded to tell her life story. Most of her life story was slightly canon, but when it was getting to the part when she healed a devil, something else happened before that. She said, well, when I became a high priestess, it was most of my life. But one day I met a child, or that's what I thought was a child, but I still think it is. This child saved me. Save you from what? Uh, devil. Hmm? What can he do? The devil I told you that I healed, he came back for me when I was excommunicated. But that wasn't the first time I seen that boy. Most of my life I seen him outside watching me. Like he was watching over me. I could think that's what I mostly felt. But when the devil came back for me, he wanted to take me, saying that he wanted me to be excommunicated. He proceeded to tell me his plans, tell me what he was gonna do to me. She explained to what he explained to her his plans for her, telling her that he wanted to slowly break her mind and force her to be part of his peerage. Seeing that she's a beauty, and also on that she has a secret gear of healing that can heal all forms of creatures and people. But when he pinned me down and ripping off my clothes, the boy I saw ran out of some bushes and tackled the guy, pinned him against the ground, and what I saw did terrify me, but actually made me happy. Like, I don't know how I really explain it, but it was like how should I say, one of my siblings came and saved me. It felt like that. Hmm? What do you mean? Well, Jaden, I don't really have grudges against all, devils, but what he did to him made me happy to see a devil in that much pain and agony. But he escapes. But he was missing an arm. I don't know who that devil was, but I'm glad I don't see him ever again. But after that, the boy walked up to me. He tried to talk to me in my language at the time, and it was pretty terrible, but decent at the same time. He, me and him talked, and he offered his hand. Something about that I could tell from what he was trying to say. I will give you a form of protection, and you will become my new family member. And I agreed. So he gave me this. She summoned out her Twilight healing, but it was different. One of the rings were gone, but the one of the rings on her left hand was a type of golden ring, so being a silver ring. It had these weird markings on it, markings of forms of nature. But on her left hand, you could see a weapon. a weapon that does the opposite of healing. It does an immense amount of damage. He sends the mixed auras of holy demonic senjutsu in all forms of energy. He said, "Is that a type of holy sword?" She nodded. She said, "No, this is a sword of nature, or all forms of power. Basically, it's a sword of power. It could capture and use other forms of power and send it back to our enemies or my enemies." He explained it to me, but it was kind of rough. So, but he told me the rest I had to learn. She said I also have a form of a balance breaker. Actually, he said technically I have two sacred gears now. He looked at her and she told him that she technically do have two. And he was kind of shocked. Drake was actually shocked about this too. Drake said, "Issei, let me come out." He nodded. He summoned out the boosted gear. Drake asked her, "Can you see the blade?" She nodded. She handed him the blade. Drake used his ability to try to scan the blade's power and properties. And when Drake did that, Drake went extremely quiet. Issei said, or sorry, Jaden said, "Issei, wait, Drake, are you okay?" Drake snapped out of it saying, "Yes, sorry, I was thinking." Issei, tell Asiya, I really can say it, but warn her, do not use his blade a lot. Especially when she's killing or releasing a certain amount of this power. How much? 50%. Just tell her to use only 1 or 2 or 3%. Never try to go 100. Tell her limit will be only 50%. He explained it to Asiya, and Asiya took her blade back and she desummoned it. She told him that she will not listen to him. Because the boy that she knows, and she calls him her older brother. She says, "My older brother. I see him as that because he saved me." The age difference is weird, but something tells me he's much more older than me. But he told me to use this blade at his full power if I ever needed to. So I'm gonna stick with his wording. That's some people that I met, but he said I still do see as a new friend. Asiya nods to him and she proceeded to leave. Issei proceeded to leave and go to school. Now then, we go to another point of view. You see this figure walking through a city. It looks like a very young boy. He's walking through the city, barefooted. He's looking around. But she noticed something. It's nobody out in the streets. It's like the streets are dead. But when you look at behind the boy, you see so much dead bodies of various people. Look all eaten, and the boy, his mouth is very bloodied. And he's like he's chewing on something. He spit it out. It's a piece of somebody's jaw. The boy looked around, sniffing the air. Suddenly caught his scent. It was very far and faint, but it smelled very good. The boy crouched down on all fours. You can see this weird aura going to his all four of his limbs. And he proceeded to sprint, leaving this small little country, or should I say little town, or in a sense a village. He proceeds to leave. Running through the forest, jumping over trees, jumping off of hills, splashing into rivers and swimming, getting into the scent. It smells heavenly. He never smelled the scent before, but it smelled so natural to him. Like something that he wants to taste, something that he wants. He's running and running. The boy stopped, noticing that he was on the very high side of a cliff. He couldn't see any ground. He must have seen more clouds down. The boy smelled the scent was getting weaker. He spread out these giant wings. They don't look anything like the wife. They look more, how should I say this? More of a true form of a dragon. But they have feathers. He flapped those wings and he sees the sky. He proceeded to fly, but faster. The boy landed. It was in front of a type of shrine. The boy's calculations and thinking process that he knows from these people memories. He knows it as Kyoto. It's the area where the yokai faction is at, if you guys don't know. Or should I say the yokai faction territory. But anyways. He's smelling the aroma. He's walking and he was stopped at the part of the shrine. He tapped the shrine. He saw a vibration, like a type of like tapping on water, and you see a little vibration of water. He touched this type of weird type of spirit like bubble. He added in his power. The power instincted with the barrier, and it let him through. Without alerting anybody. He proceeded to walk and sniff the air. He saw one of the mini bamboo, and he took a bite out of it, eating it, and he noticed it was pretty sweet and good. He took a bamboo tree down and started eating it, enjoying the sweet and succulent flavor of the bamboo. Until he got that scent again, but it smelled much, much stronger. He carried the bamboo with him, not trying to leave it behind. To his eyes, we see through his eyes. We see a young girl with some people kind of around her, but from a faraway distance, like they're looking out for something. She is sitting down with a child, or two issei to us. It seems like a young woman, and with a young girl. The girl looks very young, and she is playing. The, the young woman took out a dish. This dish had this sweet but appetizing smell to it. The young boy walked out, carrying his bamboo, or was left the bamboo. The young girl noticed him. She walked up to him, seeing that he's still eating the bamboo. She looked at him and she tapped him. He didn't notice her, and he looked at her. She tipped her head to the side pretty cutely and asked, in a childlike manner, "Who are you?" He looked at her and said, in a childlike manner, I don't know. I'm hungry." She looked at the bamboo and said, "Were you eating that?" He looked at her. He said, "It is sweet, so it's good." She looked at him pretty curiously, saying, "Well, that's not really food, but I heard people do eat bamboo sometimes. From my mom. Do you want some food?" He nodded his head. She took his hand and she started pulling him to her mother. Her mother was done taking out some food and she said, "Can you? Are you, huh? Can you? Who's that?" Mom, um, this is, I don't know. "Hmm, do you know him?" "No, that's his name. I don't know." She looked at the young boy saying, "Child, what is your name?" Uh, I, and he pointed himself, "don't have a name." She looked at him curiously, sensing the amount of power that he's radiating, but it seemed like her guards haven't noticed him. And she's thinking about it, and he said, "I'm hungry." She heard him and said, "Oh, you are hungry." She told him to sit down, and he nodded. But he sat down like kind of like an animal, more or less like a dog. She told she chuckled and said, "Do you know how to sit down like me or Kinyu here?" He looked at Kinyu and how she was sitting down, so he copied what she was doing. He sat on his legs. She looked at him, saying, "What do you want to eat?" He sniffed the air and he said, pointing at the food, saying, "What is that?" She looked what he was pointing at, and she said, "Oh, that is my special ramen." "Ramen? What is that?" She looked and noticed a halfway done eating bamboo. She said, "Were you eating that?" He looked at the bamboo and took another bite out of it, saying, "Mm-hmm, I'm very hungry." She laughed, and she proceeded to give him the ramen. He proceeded to look at it. She said, "Do you know how to eat a ramen?" He nodded his head no. Or, sorry, shook his head no. So she told him to come here. He came to her, and she proceeded to teach him how to eat ramen. Teach him how to hold the chopstick. It was kind of sloppy at first, but he quickly adapted to it. And he proceeded to eat the ramen. Slurping the ramen. He says, "This is very good." She noticed that his speech was slightly more like a, how should I say this, more caveman like. So she proceeded to ask him questions about, "Do you have parents?" He said, "What is parents?" She said, "Who is your mother?" "Mother? I don't have a mother." Looking through the memories of the people that he killed and eat, So she began asking questions and questions. Some of the guards noticed him, and they were about to grab him and pin him down, but Yusaka stopped them, told him to hold on. She still asked him questions when he's eating the ramen. She waited for him to finish eating the ramen and asked him more questions. He tried to answer to the best to the extent that he knows of the knowledge that he gains from the people he killed and eats. Until she asked him this question, "Are you human?" And he knew this answer. "I am not a human. I am known as abomination." She looked at him confusedly, saying, "Why do you call yourself that?" "Well, that would that what I heard from Gaia." Her eyes was confused, but she heard the name Gaia. She started thinking. She said, "Nature? You mean Gaia? Is Gaia your mother?" "In the sense that I know of, yes. Gaia is like my mother. She created me, but she said I was an abomination." And he started explaining what Gaia told him what he was. She said I was the ultimate predator and the ultimate monster. A creature that always had endless hunger and gained endless power. I am the creature of I am the creature of the earth. The monster that has the stomach. The creature of the apocalypse. One of the mortal sins. He started explaining to her, he started telling her what he heard. But it was in a childish like voice. But it had no much emotion to it. But you guys, I gotta end off here. I'm sorry this is kinda short. But I hope you guys like this video. And this is part one of what if issei was abomination of nature. So yeah, this is part one. This is Fox signing out, and the next video will be what if issei, or no, what if Broly was in high school DST. So yeah, see ya. Bye.